All right, here we go. So we'll go ahead and jump back into our session with our Kings of the Stolen Lands and where we left off in last session. If we could do a recap first, we were in the, until recently, Stag Lord's Fort. I guess now we need to establish a new name for the base. Was previously known as Fort Sorrenco. It could obviously be given a different name at any point if it made sense, but anybody want to talk about what transpired last session?
Well, I think it was mostly the confrontation with Tartuccio and the establishing of, um, I don't know, the ground rules of the fort.
Mm-hmm. Right. You had you had basically discovered that he there was a group that was sent from Rostov, including Idril, and Xanis was with them, and they were here on official business to inspect the operations at the fort and make sure things were stable. And I believe what we ended up doing, there was some tension, but ultimately it turned into a situation where he recommended and Idril counseled on it becoming a council or a partnership of three that would basically rule and make decisions over the fort and what happens with it. And if I recall correctly, it was Tartuccio and who are the three?
Drill and
Idril
Reckla.
and Reckla. Yeah, Idril and Reckla. So those were the three. And basically, the way that we're going to operate moving forward is that you all will be leaders, obviously, when you're here, and you'll have a vote and a say. When you're not here, you can assign a delegate, someone that we can use to be your proxy and to make votes on your behalf when you're not present and you're out adventuring. So we can sort of establish that you do have the Southerners and a few others here on hand to draw from. But the other thing that's really cool is that as long as the three of you are still actively leading, you will each attract recruits and folks who will be kind of wondering or who have heard about you and are drawn to the area to either become employed or whatever else to serve in some way.
Right.
So at the beginning of this session, what we'll do is we're going to have the three um, council members roll a d4 to determine how many followers essentially or recruits you will attract, your influence will attract during these days following um, the charter, if you will, or the assignment. So if I think Chris, you can do a 1d4, and Reckla, you can do a 1d4, and then I'll roll for Tartuccio. Let's see, all right, so one.
Yes.
No worries, no worries. Okay, so Tartuccio is basically going to be attracting three new loyal subjects, and they are mostly coming from the vein of banditry, sort of ex-bandits, whether they were Stag Lord or solo bandit groups. They seem to be folks who come from that background. There you go. And then for Reckla, you've been able to attract two different people, and I'm gonna give a couple of people that see, I'm scrolling down. There we go. So you've been, believe it's not updating. There we go. You've been able to attract a actual lizard folk to the area as well as a kobold. So,
one lizard folk and one kobold. Great.
right. And then for Idril, you are going to attract hunters. So let's see if there's different hunters. Okay, here we go. So these are the hunters. And you've attracted 3 of them. So where we're at is that in the days after Xanis has left, the fort has sort of started to operate a little bit based on the conditions that were set. And lo and behold, at various times, you find these wanderers who come to the gates and ask to join your ranks. And, you've seen this happen now for the past day or so as you've sort of settled in and become used to or accepting of the fact that the arrangement is what it is. And I'll move some of these folks inside. These are going to be people that you can direct and use and position how you would like. And I'll give you guys, hopefully you'll all have control over them. Let's see. Maybe not.
You're not current. I need to step away for just a moment for a child-related issue.
No worries. Yeah, I guess I can't change that just yet. Okay, maybe I can. Those are Stag Lord bandits.
Did the bottom levels get cleared out? But weeks ago, y'all were worried about some beasties down there.
Well, I think when we snuck back through, there was something down there, right?
Yeah, there's something down there.
We avoided it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go back and clear it out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
That's right. All right, so check and see if you're able to move the hunters now, any of the hunter tokens, and that I think any of you should be able to.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the Kobold Scout, same thing, you should be able to move them. I'll leave Tartuccio's goons to be assigned by him as to where he wants them positioned. But the rest of them, you all can place them where you think they deserve to be, or where you would ask them to work or contribute. And again, what we'll do is, you'll be able to recruit folks once a week, where maybe you'll build your numbers up to the point that you can send people out and do other things. But for now, I think there's plenty to do around the fort. And let's see. So yeah, so I think you guys can control everything, maybe except for the lizard folk. 1 second.
Is it possible to assign those 3 hunters to Fenwharton? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, they'll take orders from any of you, and so all of you should be able to move them as well if you'd like to control them and put them anywhere in particular. But where are the others? Here are the. All
I
right.
feel like the lizard folk and the kobold would be good down in the basement. Seems like that might be more comfortable for them than being in the fort.
I think we should check out what was down there first.
Yeah.
They don't just,
Well, yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm
just
sort of
chill.
thinking that's where we post them eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's Tartuccio down there?
Yeah. Only.
I like that idea too.
All right, so you've got your recruits, your new recruits. You've kind of filled up with things. Any, I guess, almost like if we were in a montage scene, what would your characters be up to during this time in these days or so after the leadership has been appointed and you're having these new recruits come in? How do you envision your character spending that time?
So, just really quick, is there any chance of getting full of gems that are worth 6 gold pieces each?
Getting gems?
Gems that are worth
Yes.
6 gold apiece. Let's see what we got in the party treasury.
So much.
We may have traded those to Oleg already. Yeah, we had 5 gems at one point that we traded to Oleg.
I asked, Israel has Everlight.
What is it?
Gemstone that you touch glows, spreading light with a color of your choice and a 20-foot radius. I wanted to make sure that we had light in the fort.
That's cool.
Oh, that's
Actually, we have oh no, that was sold. Never mind.
yeah, you might want to take a look at your loot if there's anything you all wanted to distribute or look into further. But essentially, you've got this few days here to kind of figure out what you want to do next and spend time with your new recruits and even some of the older recruits that you brought in originally. So,
Yeah,
anybody?
I think Reckla would be helping to organize the cleanup efforts, getting rid of all the debris and clearing areas so that we can start actually like rebuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Fen Warden being a ranger, I think he would be talking with the recruits about, giving them tips about how to have patrols that go out from the fort on a regular basis and, look for problems. And of course, making them aware of the graveyard that's not too far away.
Perfect. Perfect. And really, this kind of. Anybody else have any other thoughts?
I'll start working on securing things, making sure all the towers are rebuilt and functioning and whatnot. The gates can lock.
That's what Voldarius would be doing too, working on all of the various fortifications and ensuring that mechanisms are functional and that the supports are intact and that the integrity of the fort will support.
Yeah, the thieves had done some upgrades, or the new occupants had done some upgrades on the walls, but I still think they're pretty bad.
Yeah, and I could see this would be the first time when there would need to be decisions that would need to be made. And so for Idril and Reckla and Tartuccio, the three of you would kind of be getting pulled in multiple directions and asked to make decisions pretty regularly, like, do you agree with this? Do you not want that? Does this look like the right place for this? And so I think it's a good segue into looking at your leadership roles that you'll kind of have to assign to your group, and each of you will have little benefits, I guess, that will come along with these things. I think the natural thing that sort of already happened is that Fen Warden is taken on the warden role. If you look at that one, he's talked about trying to get security and the the patrols and the scouts together is what I heard. So sounds like Fen
Right.
Warden might be your warden, but there's some other roles here that you might want to fill now while you can, and you don't have to fill them all now by any means, but if you do, it will benefit you as sessions go on because there's different things that would give you. So
I think Reckla would be most interested in either the viceroy position or the magister position.
Yeah, maybe we'll let everybody see if there's any others that jump out at you that you would be interested in. I think obviously we'll kind of keep the ruler for last. I think that's the obvious thing that would be decided after the power struggle between the three. Then we might decide who the ruler might be. But for the rest of these, they'd certainly be viable.
I know Voldarius would be most interested in either Viceroy or Warden, working on the integrity of it, the expansion of it, maintenance of the kingdom as a whole.
Okay.
Idril would probably be most interested in Magister, but could also sorry.
Figure Dahl would be most interested in general. Me personally would be most interested in treasure, but
Yes, Idril could do treasurer as well. See, this kind of
Well, I looking at emissary too, Reckla could do that as well. Reckla would enjoy that.
and Reckla is a sorcerer.
He's a oracle.
Oh, okay.
So what we'll do is I'm going to maintain a page for this and where we'll track these different roles as they're being given out. So for now, I'll just add these in. And then once there's a consensus, if there isn't a consensus, we can kind of put it to a vote for the whole fort. And that's where the numbers come into play for who you're aligned with and who Tartuccio is aligned with and how many votes you might get if you don't agree on an assignment. Warden, what else is there? Okay, Warden.
Yeah, Reckla will do emissary, and then we can have Idril as magister and Voldarius as viceroy. I mean, the alliteration is just too good.
Yeah.
Viceroy Voldarius.
I just want to make sure that Tartuccio doesn't get treasurer.
yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's sewer sweeper, Tartuccio, 100%.
I feel like there's not a role that he couldn't take advantage of somehow.
For sure.
That's definitely the problem.
Yeah, he's got an angle. He's got an angle on everything. Okay, so I think what we have is these are probably not big enough, but this will have to do. I'll make them a little bit bigger. But as if there is any consensus, I've heard a couple people mention certain ones. Anybody feeling strongly about any of these? I think Scott, you were saying that Fen Warden being the warden makes sense. Does anybody feel differently about that?
Natural fit.
Predestined.
All right. So we'll put the warden over here by Fen Warden. So then that way we'll go through the different things that the warden will do each time, and you can see how that will benefit the kingdom. I think yeah, there's probably one of you wants to be the treasurer so that Tartuccio is not. I would agree that's a very wise move. So who's your most trusted?
Can we have two? Can we have two roles?
You could have a co-secretary for sure if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, because Idril is a bookkeeping nerd. and would be interested in treasurer as well as magistrate.
All right.
I mean,
This is an academy
can we
dropout and stuff.
we can assign these leadership roles to the Southerners as well.
Well, what you'll do is you will pick a delegate, and so your delegate will act for you regardless of whether you're here or not. But it's your
Okay.
duty basically to make sure that that gets done. So yeah, so the treasurer or the duties that will be done could be delegated, but they'll ultimately roll up to you. So it sounds like the treasurer is Idril, unless anyone else wants to be treasurer. And then you've got a couple more. I mean, again, if it makes sense, we could do it. If you want more time to consider, I think.
Particular urgency to funding this thing, and we do have this cash in our own group fund, and is there enough treasury now to do the improvements that we want to do, or do we need to like fund it and get Tartuccio to also fund it?
That's a good question. I think, you guys would have to decide if you're all willing to forego or contribute your group funds. You can absolutely do that, but assigning these roles will also put together more of the ongoing ability to sort of have an income, and to generate more income as a kingdom. So yeah, you can absolutely use your existing loot to try to fund upgrades and things along those lines. Absolutely.
Now, with the leadership roles that are there, and then the attributes for the kingdom itself, you don't need to be in one of those roles to perform any of the skills or whatever, right? The tasks
Right.
involved in any of them.
Yeah. This is just more for tying it back in a role-playing sense to a character, who's responsible for these things. But all of you would have input on, obviously, like if Fen Warden needs help deciding on how to put patrols together or scouts and things along those lines, you can all be a part of that.
Okay. So yeah, Voldarius would be the viceroy.
All right. And then what do we got left? So it looks like Dalit was thinking general. Anybody?
That makes sense
It does make a
based
lot
on
of
the
sense.
sword scion's importance in the region
Yeah.
and the sword lord's importance.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. And then that leaves Reckla. You got a couple of choices there. Magister was one you said originally, I think.
Yeah, I think he'll go with emissary. I think that's definitely another thing we do not want Tartuccio to have control of.
We'll let Tartuccio be the role of janitor.
Okay, so all right, so tell me now, of the two remaining roles, which one would you be comfortable giving to Tartuccio? And this is assuming that you are all in agreement with this, but you would be basically strong-arming him into a role that, because you've taken all the others.
Aren't there 3 left? There's Magister, Counselor, and Ruler.
Yeah, we're gonna save ruler for later.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because your council is serving that. So for these, let's see,
Yeah, I think that's where I'm sure he can find an interesting way to do damage to us in that role, but I can't think of.
Yeah.
I find less concern in that than having him be the voice to the people in up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Like it's not good for him to be the magical head of it all, but that's a future problem as opposed to like an immediate problem of him just having the voice of everybody.
Right.
Love it. Love it. Okay, so I'll add Tartuccio as our magister. He will be thrilled with this. Obviously, you can imagine how prominent he sees himself now.
We're counting on you, Tartuccio. Fill that role. Make it
Yeah.
yours.
It is kind of, it does actually all really work out to our classes very well too.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
It's a good fit. 1 second. Let me find something for him. Oh, I thought I had a picture of Tartuccio to use. I guess there's not. Okay. I'll just drag his,
I remember his token from before.
Yeah, I've got his token. For some reason, it's only letting me, oh, okay, it's filtering. There we go. All right. So, I think then the thought process is there anybody that is your sort of underling that would be the person that would be your delegate? I'm going to move Magister over here to Tartuccio. And so Counselor is a vacant role. Counselor you could assign to another one of your NPCs if there's someone that you wanted to fill that role, or also one of
I'd
you
really
could
like it
take
to
it.
be cursed, but I don't think he's gonna be up to the task.
I don't think most people would accept Kurth as that. Like, I'm like, how can I get Kurth on this in some way? And I just can't. No way that it's going to work out for us. My gears are turning.
Yeah, well, I know we had what was it? Vitali was sort of the leader of the Southerners. What class was he?
I think he was a soldier.
And
I
was
think he
do
might have
you
been like
remember
a
was he
fighter.
human or elf?
He's
I believe he was a human and probably more of like a
he's actually a ranger.
oh, okay.
Ranger?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Amiri, or they were, was that a female or a male?
Yeah, Amir is a barbarian.
Barbarian.
Bad choice.
Yeah. And then
And I
Griff.
think
The other one,
I know that Valerie, I think, is a writer.
I'm having a head or a issue with my video. 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, I noticed it was
Oh, yeah.
getting real pixelated and glitchy.
Oh, good. I thought the choppiness was just me.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, so each of you should select a delegate for when you're out of the fort, and if there is anyone else you wanted to make the counselor. That's really where we're at.
Yeah, who was Griff? I don't remember his character.
Griff is
remember
also
seeing
a
him.
ranger.
Yeah, Griff sounds like a vote.
Vitali was the leader of the Southerners, though, wasn't he?
He was,
Yeah.
as far as we could tell, yeah.
I believe they kind of deferred to him, and he was kind of more outspoken in conversing with us. I would be comfortable with Vitali as the counselor. No one wanted him directly to be
I
there.
don't really know him. I think he came in when I was not in the game that day. So
Yeah,
That might be.
he sort of took the lead on
King
I just heard a little something.
Okay. Sorry, yeah,
Yeah, there
I'm
you are.
having some issues here. Apologies.
So yeah, I think we're going to. I think everybody's in agreement. We're going to assign Vitali as the counselor,
Where,
and
what are those
then
being noted? Are those on a sheet that we're sharing somewhere?
Right now,
I
I've
think
just got them on the screen on the map. Do I have you guys on the right map? Maybe I don't. No, I don't.
we're
We're
in the
still in the.
fort.
My apologies. There
I've
we
got
go.
a
I'm
list
sitting here.
of.
I'm
Oh,
sitting here
okay.
assigning them and just for myself, apparently. So let me move Battalion here. Where is he? There he is.
I'm really just jealous of Tartuccio's eyebrows. That's what it comes down to.
They are
Things.
quite right. Quite right.
Things are majestic.
Like a bird could perch on
They grow them up so I can do a comb over.
them.
All right, I'll it'll take me a second to find Vitali here. He is your counselor.
Unless we want Elka to.
And then do each of
Who
you
is that?
know
He was the one upstairs with the toys.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right.
He'd be like
Ox.
we
or
could
something?
trust him.
Well,
Yeah,
you do
ox,
need to pick
something like
you do need to pick your delegates. So when you do head out, if there's any of these roles that you want to be filled by those that remain, let me know.
Oh yeah, what was the name of the ranger, the NPC ranger?
Griff, I think.
there's Griff and Vitali, I believe.
Griff and Vitali
Yeah.
are both. Mhm.
Yeah, so Griff can be the delegate for Fen Warden.
Right. There's Vitali. Okay, so I've got Vitali on here. I think. Yeah, there we go. And Vitali is your counselor. All right, and then Griff is gonna be the warden
Warden's
whenever
delegate.
Fen Warden is not the warden. Got that. Okay. Anybody else have any other delegation they want done? I mean, all this is just about basically kind of setting your kingdom into motion and making sure that things are happening, even despite the fact that you may not be present in your fort.
If nobody wants the barbarian, I think Amiri, I'll use her as a delegate.
Okay. All right. Got you. Got you.
And then Mallory will be a delegate for the treasurer.
All right. So the Southerners have taken on a.
They're the only people we know. I don't even know anybody else to. I don't have a delegate. Reckla doesn't know anybody else other than Kurth.
Okay, so Valerie was the co-treasurer, and Amiri is the co-general, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
Did I get that right? Okay. So, yeah, so we kind of have a semblance of a structure here for your leadership roles, which is good. So, again, that'll benefit you as we take on new sessions now that all these roles are filled. So, anybody have any other thoughts or questions about any of this?
Are we going through the whole kingdom creation process for this, as is in the book?
Yeah, we will. Gonna sort of take it, peel it apart, and just do little bits as we go forward. We're not gonna kind of sit and fill it all in at once, so we'll kind of fill it in as we go. But for now, you have your settlement, as it were, and you have your leadership roles defined. So you have established a point of attraction and a point of control. So that's the most important thing that I really wanted to accomplish this session. But as we kind of step into future sessions, eventually at some point, we'll have to determine who the ruler will be, the one who ultimately will kind of make the final decision if you have any major decisions that need to be made. But for now, you've got that figured out with your council. So yeah, I think that's essentially it for your governing body. And again, I think these days that have gone on at the fort, what are some of the things that you would have these extra hands and bodies doing? Again, just to kind of help me, think about what they're doing to make things better.
Well, the
Well,
basement needs to be cleared out. Gotta make sure
Right.
that
I assume
something's
we're
gotta
going to
go
go back and do a little basement clearing, but I'm just wondering if
Okay, all right.
what else you're having them do. I heard cleaning up and picking up, and I don't know, maybe fixing the wall.
They're gonna have to start gathering materials, so they're gonna have to source, wood. So we're gonna have to send out parties to gather lumber and supplies and materials. So
Yeah.
that's something maybe Fen Warden and the wardens can
yeah, I
coordinate.
think we should we should decide either to improve or close up the back door. One of the two. It's bad that
Yeah.
Well,
tunnel.
and it's also sort of this is just I'm kind of pushing buttons too that are these are certain things that the different leadership roles will ultimately decide. So, for example, the viceroy might be the one to decide how you want what kind of infrastructure improvements you really want to focus on. And the treasurer it obviously is not just monitoring the funds, but is sort of also kind of controlling who's getting, who's getting their money more quickly than others, if you will.
That
So
emissary wants to make sure that there's a secret back entrance.
exactly.
I
So
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, definitely improving the facilities within the fort, making sure that we've got lodging, making sure that we've got an area for cooking, making sure that we've got outhouses or some kind of clean way of maintaining that, so that way everyone stays healthy, making sure that everyone's going to be in the peak condition to be doing the work that they need to do. The walls are manned, the walls are established. We need to make sure that our living conditions are stable, and that would be Darius's primary concern for those first few days.
got it. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. So let's see, is there anything else? Looking at
Uh,
Go ahead.
I'll have Amiri start training some of the, I think it's the hunters that are around, sort of organizing them into watches and organizing like sparring and stuff.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you can definitely do that. And sort of maybe what is there a place in the fort where you imagine them doing sparring?
I was thinking about that. I was imagining where the horses are now, but I guess the owl bear cage would actually work really well for that.
Yeah, I like the idea. Go to the cage.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's been lots of blood spilled there, so it seems appropriate to practice
Yeah,
over it.
Sweet. All right.
you
It's
were
also,
abstinent too.
it's also like, if you go in there, you're in danger. It's a cage.
Yeah,
It's a well-defined space.
exactly.
Okay, perfect. So I don't think my camera's gonna come back. For some reason it's messed up. But regardless, I think it's important that we got those decided. And now if I come back to the fort map, I think now it makes it a little easier for us to move people to where you might have them, given your different roles. So if there's anything you want to do as far as It sounded like Amiri was going to be leading training in the cage. So for maybe some of these bandits would be eager to prove themselves. So we got a few of them in the cage area practicing. It sounded like you're going to have some folks head out and look for resources. So you might want to look for your scouts. I know you've got your lizard folk and your kobold scouts who might do that. But again,
I would
Yeah.
think the lizard folk would be pretty adept at that.
yeah. All right. So basically, now that you've established these roles and things have begun to operate for a few days, you one morning, I'm gonna say it's been 3 or 4 days, and you've established control and order of operations and everything else. And on the morning of the fourth day, you actually hear a bell ringing, which is maybe one of the upgrades that's been installed, is a bell that to alert you all that someone's coming. And so the bell is ringing, and you're all maybe rolling your eyes, wondering if you should have bothered to put this damn bell in or not, when you realize that there's a small contingent of Restovians who approach, and I don't know who your gatekeeper is. I assume it's one of the hunters or something like that. They would flag you all down to let you know that Restovians are approaching, and maybe that would be Fen Warden, right? I assume
Yeah.
Fen Warden or Dalit. If one of you were around, they'd be looking to you to give your input on whether or not they should just open the gate or not.
No, we're going to close the gate and find out what's going on. Is one of our roles ideal for? Don't we have a emissary?
Yeah, you do. You have your emissary
Yeah.
is who did you give it to? It was
Reckla.
Yeah, Reckla.
Yeah. So Finwarden's on the outside. He will tell people to close the gate so that the emissary can chat with these guys, and then he'll pull Griff and the lizard man off to the side, lizard folk off to the side, and then so we can find out what's going on.
All right. So there's 3 folks on horseback that are approaching, and they are wearing the heraldry of Restov, and as they get close, they signal that they would like to parley. So they'll ride close enough, Fen Warden, for you to see that there's 3 men that are riding, and the one in the lead will look to you and say, "I have word from Restov for the council." And it carries like a paper. You could kind of see him like motioning to his chest. He's got a rolled up paper on his chest.
Are they? I assume they're armed, but it's just the 3 of them. Do they appear to be? Anything about them that appears particularly dangerous? They appear to be.
Oh, you can do a perception check on them to see if there's anything unusual about them.
Pretty average.
Yeah, I'd say you don't have anything that piques your suspicion.
Okay.
Nor does Reckla. Anyone else taking a close look at them before they get any closer?
And they're wearing. They're definitely wearing what we recognize as Rostovian garb, at least.
Right. They have the crest of Restov displayed, which is the brown tree. I don't have that. I'm looking for it here.
Yeah, I'll ask to see the seal on the the document that they have. I just want to make sure you're, these are difficult times. We want to always be careful. So can I see the seal on your document to make sure it is truly from Restov?
Okay, so I would say that there'd be a little suspicion on the part of the messenger, and he would ask you to, or I'm gonna ask you to roll a diplomacy check to see how well he takes your request here.
Problem trained in diplomacy.
Okay, so he will ride towards you, and he'll say, um, he'll reach down to you and hand you the actual letter that he has so that you can examine it.
Okay.
And on examination, if you want to do a perception check again, just to look at the seal itself, it looks as if it is authentic to you and complete and unbroken.
All right, I'll hand it back to him and signal the people to open the gate and tell him you must be weary and thirsty. Come in and be refreshed.
Thank you. Thank you. We will. And they will ride forward and towards the gate, and through the open gate, the three will enter. And the one who was in front is going to be first to kind of call out and say, "Greetings. We bring word from Restov, from Lady Jamandi, and we are looking for counsel with Idril, Reckla, and Tartuccio."
Well, ring the council bell. We shall gather.
So the council
So-
bell, there you go. That could actually be another. Where's their council area, do you think?
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh.
is this here a staircase?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe the back room, maybe just straight back, right in that area. Maybe
Okay.
we've got it kind of fixed up, and it's not a.
Yeah. All right. So they'll follow you through. I assume that someone is maybe giving them the drinks that were promised as they make their way towards the back, and all of you convene in that area. And he says, "Well, I'll get right to it." And he steps forward and he hands you all a document. I assume he'll hand this to Reckla, just having been the first to appear. And essentially, what the document is declaring is your ability to begin your settlement. And so it's sort of the formal acknowledgement and recognition from Restov and from Lady Jamandi that you all may begin your your growth of your kingdom. And so it says, "Be it known that the bearers of this charter have delivered the northern reaches of the green belt from the scourge of banditry, having provided detailed maps of the lay of the land, and having done no small amount of work in the exploration of said land and in the removal of hostile monsters and local hazards, are hereby granted the right to rule. The nature and laws of rule are theirs to define, and the well-being of this new nation is theirs to protect. In accordance for providing a stable nation to the south of central Rostland, let there be a generous stipend of funds, support, and advice provided to this fledgling nation as a token of Restov and Brevoy's goodwill, such that future relations between kingdoms might be mutually beneficial. So witnessed under watchful eye of the lordship of Restov." And as he reads this to you and lays the charter before you, he motions to one of his other messengers, and they bring forward a bag and drop it on the ground, and the bag is full of coin.
All right.
Dang.
And they say
Hey,
that Her Lady and the mayor would like to contribute to building this foundation for your settlement. So please accept this generous donation. And they'll lay that at your feet, Reckla.
We thank you for such generosity, and we know that the relationship our kingdoms will have in the future will be strong and mutually beneficial.
Ah, cheers, indeed. Huzzah! And they will all drink to that. I think that they are, you can see that having delivered the message has given them all a little bit of relief that things are in order and that it was well received. So they, will maybe...
Reckla will say, maybe it's time we break out some of the Stag Lord's finest liquor.
Good stuff, huh? Yeah.
Oh, there you are. If you're getting into the stash, into the Stag Lord stash, that would be well received by this group. So, and many others, right, who you've found and you've brought in to build your settlement. Okay, so I think that they essentially, again, would be giving you all, and you can add to your coffers for now that you have 500 gold for Kingdom Matters.
Okay.
For the treasurer, I should say. Our treasurer should know the...
Yeah, our treasurer should...
Yep, he'll know the amount that was given.
Put it in the coffers.
You'll all have to decide, and maybe the treasurer will have to decide on where, the funds are actually kept. Maybe he has to consult with the general on that. I don't know what you all might think, but those are some questions you may have as you look at this pile of coin.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, anything...
That's a good point. We do need to make like an armory and a secure place.
You need to
vault
get the
of some
alarm
kind.
spell as well.
Well, there's always the lingering question of the basement as well. So I'll leave that to you all to decide what your next order of business might be.
I mean, I don't even really remember what the layout of the basement is too, so thinking about, infrastructure for the fort.
Let's see. You might be able to see the map. Yeah, you
It
should
was
be
the
able
main
to.
section.
You said
and then
500 gold for kingdom expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for your coffer. If you need a handout or anything, I'm not sure what the best way is to do this. Because you've got, like, your cookbook, your loot. I might need to give you...
Maybe instead of loot,
treasury?
we do, treasury.
Okay.
That way
let's
we
do
can
that.
keep party treasury separate from
Okay. Good call.
kingdom treasury.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
can we get treasury and loot?
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I was getting at.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and if you need any other handouts for the other roles, eventually we can add those too. But yeah.
No.
Treasury makes sense.
I was thinking of a separate. Can we get a separate one altogether?
Oh, you want
one for
separate...
treasury and
I
one
got
for loot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a separate one for treasury. That one can stay the loot.
Different ledger.
Yeah.
I'll make it... There we go. Okay, that should be right now, I think. Loot and treasury.
Excellent.
Party
Yeah,
journal,
perfect.
cookbook. Okay. All right. So, what are your thoughts on? I assume there's been some work done to fortify and to train. There's been a little bit of festivities with your newfound charter, and all of your new assignments. What are your thoughts on what the group wants to do next?
I'm ready to clear the basement because I think it requires some discussion on what we're gonna do with that area too.
Yeah, better to do that before we head anywhere.
Yeah, I like the idea of clearing the basement, and I think we still need to go figure out Svetlana if we have nothing else pressing.
Fair.
We do still have those 3 missions from Lady Jamandi too.
Yeah.
Our
Lots of
honey-do
travel.
list is
Yeah,
growing.
okay, so those are again, yeah, those are like sort of next steps, but
The Lonely Barrow, Candlemere Island Light, or the Forgotten Keep and the Dancing Lady.
yeah, so here I've marked these on the map. Those are way further south of you right now, but yeah, those are some things that you learned about that you could definitely go look into. And the basement is a little closer. You've also on the way you've got the soot scales that you were gonna check back in and
Yeah.
see what became of their lair. I
Well,
think.
I guess we can figure out what their lair's doing, but yeah,
Mhm.
looks like they got wiped out, didn't it?
Well, at least the
At
chief.
least the ones
did.
that went with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like the
Was
chief.
it was
a handful of others.
16 or 20 or something down there?
It was definitely it was in that range.
So not sure exactly what their full numbers were. I suppose we could ask.
I think it was before I joined. Wasn't there veins of silver?
Mm-hmm.
I
In
did
one of the-
find some silver inside the mine using detect metal.
Right. Wondering if we need to circle back around that. And just maybe from my understanding, where so the fort is, or Fort Sorrenco, the green circle.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're not far away from Redstone. That's right.
No, not
Yeah, I think it was a
particularly.
3-day trip or a 4-day trip, something like that.
It's about 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah, so Sootscale's on the way down south, but an immediate concern would be whatever we heard or was gnawing on bodies down in the basement, being able to secure the back door. So that way, if we leave again, out once more.
We also, with the silver down there, have some potential sources, income source for the kingdom.
Where was the silver vein? Was that below the fort? Is that what you're saying?
No, it was in the Sootscale's mine.
Oh, it's just got mine, sure. Yeah, that would if we could get a team of miners, obviously would be the way to do that. Get them going over there.
Old areas would be very beneficial, or anyone else who has access to a way to just straight up find where it all is.
Just have
Well, should we take you to the basement? Get the monster in the basement?
Yeah. Got to secure the fort, and by
Yeah.
doing so too.
And that way it doesn't come up while we're gone.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's getting hungry down there, so it's
oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get my. I don't see any of you on. I don't see any video right now. Like not even your avatars.
yeah, you might want to rejoin, Jay, because you're not even showing up on mine.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
see-
yours isn't there. Everyone else, I see everyone else's boxes, and
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just try
Yeah.
to
yours isn't even here.
kill mine and bring it back up. One of the fun things you'll have to deal with in the future is unrest. As your kingdom grows and you get numbers and everything, if there's not enough to do, or even if people there will just start to be some unrest that you'll have to govern through, which is a kind of cool mechanic. Right now, you're still growing, so it's not really an issue yet. Let's see, maybe it's my VPN. So 1, 2. No, I don't literally see.
Plenty of confusion.
All right, just a second. Sorry about that.
So there you are. Now you're back.
Oh, yeah, it was my VPN. That's interesting. Even though my video doesn't work, I can see you guys. Let's see.
Yeah,
Can I
still
get
up.
my video to work? That would be the next. No, it's some kind of. Yeah, some kind of thing with my camera. I probably need to
No
swap
signal.
it during our
Bad signal.
break. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
swap.
now it says no signal. Before it just had a camera X'd out. So
Yeah, do you want to take an early break?
I wouldn't mind. So maybe that I could troubleshoot this real quick and get it working.
Yeah.
And you guys could consider what your next move is, because I know there's a lot before you. So yeah, let's take a little break now and come back in like 7 minutes or so. I think that.
Cool.
All right.
sounds good.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Please.
Hey, I'm back. I think it's working now too.
Hello on camera.
Yeah, I think it's working. Well, mine's working now, finally. Oh, cool. Yeah, I see yours is working too.
Just wasn't didn't see anybody on camera, so
Do you see anyone now?
yep. Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Okay, good.
See, you're back, Jamie.
Yeah, I finally got it working.
Nice.
And I might have to take a quick jaunt away from the laptop. My wife is going to.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, no problem at all. All right, so we'll pick up, and what what are your all thoughts? I think you're headed to the basement first. I don't know if there's any other thoughts at this point, but the basement. But
Basement.
Basement first.
all right, so take you back to the map. Okay, who's going on this excursion? Who's in charge, and who's on point?
Tartuccio is going first.
The Magister is very busy right now. You know, the Magister has a
Funny how
lot
that works.
to plan and do right now. It's very time-consuming job.
Making big plans. Okay. Yep. Last time we did something like that, I think we had Dalit in front and Fen Warden right behind him, something like that. So,
All right,
I'm
I guess. Yeah, I guess line up. You could go ahead and obviously lift the bed and enter the area downstairs. So if you want to move your tokens on the map to this part on the right and put yourselves in order, like don't leave that first room, but put yourselves in the order you want to be marching in generally.
I can take point together.
What was that?
Oh, I can take point again.
You got point. Okay. Put you here. So it's Dalit, Fenwarden, Boldarius, Reckla, and Idril. Is that the general? Okay. Let's just do it like this. Yeah, there we go. All right, so you have brought yourself back down to the musty basement. I think you had discovered bodies out in the open area, but this room here was generally the same as when you first came here. And so you're able to get into this space, and then you can take a look. Are you proceeding in a stealthy fashion? Dalit?
Yeah, always
Yes.
stealth down there.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check, and for we'll kind of let his check go first. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about it yet. So, Dalit, you're able to get out
I'm also
into...
not seeing the basement.
Oh, you're not? Let's see. You should be. It should be on the lower right of this map. Do you see where I'm pinging on the fort map?
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Not zoomed
Yeah,
out
it's
enough.
tiny. It's not a very big area, but you were able to. Dalit was able to get out into the open section, and I'm gonna have you roll a perception check, please. Okay, so yeah, you also, do you have survival?
Let me see real quick. No, I'm not trained in it.
Not trained in survival. Okay, so yeah, you're able to get into this open area where you're listening, you're being very quiet. I think at this point the group behind you is as still as they can be. I'm not going to worry about their stealth just now, but you don't hear anything specifically as you get into this specific position. So where would you like to proceed to?
I vaguely remember us coming from over here before, so I'll proceed forward into the back here.
Okay.
We know where these stairs go.
They're collapsed.
Yeah.
They used to go up underneath the section above where the makeshift stairs are now.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. So yeah, you step now forward into this spot. Fenwarden, are you following into the room?
Yep. I am.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check and a perception check, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay,
Ben Warden tricks entry.
critical fails your stealth check. Do you want to hero point it? Or are you okay with taking the...
I'll take it. I'm going to do a perception check.
Okay. Yeah, so... yeah, as you're coming through, there's some debris on the ground that your foot catches and shifts a pile of wood, and the wood, makes some noise unexpectedly as you're kind of trying to step out into that open area. And you're listening, and also you're not hearing anything right now from this position. So, let's see. Voldarius, are you following?
Yeah. You will.
Go ahead and you can attempt to stealth, even though there was
I mean, I don't think I could do worse.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
But give me a chance. I'll prove me wrong.
Mm.
I don't know. Still not worse. Yeah.
Not worse.
Tried.
Not
Tried.
good,
Really
but not
tried.
worse. Okay.
Yeah. By no means is it good.
All right. So you're able to get up to the open area and avoid some of the noise, but at the same time now maybe it's spread out. That wood is a little harder to traverse without moving it around and shifting it. You also don't hear anything as you step out into the open area. But let's see. So what is it? I guess it would then be Reckla's turn. Reckla, are you following as well?
Yeah. And try not to make any noise.
Oh my
And he does
goodness.
work.
You guys broke out the...
Holy cow.
You
I'd rather
can
get it
do
out
it.
now. I'd rather have it happen.
The one train, I guess,
We're
is
doing
going.
great thing.
Okay, so yeah, at this point, your entry is not very easy or difficult to detect, I should say. And again, you're not sensing anything as you get down here as well. Does anybody have survival?
Yeah.
Trained.
I'm trained in survival.
Trained in survival.
Okay, go ahead. For those of you trained in survival, and Idril, you can go ahead and move up as well and try a stealth and perception check. And
You want a survival check then?
oh, Voldarius is not seeing it. Fenwarden is
Just the word. Alright,
okay.
can I get a token for my construct on here?
Oh yeah, I need to get my guy.
See if you can drag him on. If you go to
Yeah.
From the
companions.
companion section?
Yeah, try to drag him from.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It just highlights the section.
Try to drag the token or the picture instead of
Just
the
highlights from the
text. Really? Let's see.
Oh, I got Eastern
Oh,
on there. I think it was.
At a
dragon.
certain point, you get.
It's where you get like the 3 bars over top of each other. So I just moved. Was that the construct? What the hell is that? Were you able to get one to move, Joe?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, that was yours. Okay, yeah, the construct for some reason. Well, I just had given Andrew access to it, so I don't know. Oh, maybe you do have to click.
Is it on the,
Oh, you have to click on the name. I gave you the exact opposite direction. So
there we go.
you did. Okay, I'll let you put it then where you want it. And I saw Idril moved up and similarly stumbled and was not having an easy go.
Dust in his face.
Who left all these boards in the way? So you guys, yeah, you don't pick up on
So
anything, but
my construct is trained in survival. I give him. Can he roll a survival?
he can, yeah. And I
But
have,
Fenwarden got a 23. Is that
yeah,
not?
I've got Fenward, I've got news for you. But the others didn't get any hints of this. You look down, Fenwarden, and you're able to pick up on some tracks. And the tracks that you see appear to come from a medium-sized creature with paws and claws. And there might be, you're not sure if there's one or two of them. There's enough footprints that there could be two, but it could be one. You're not sure. But you definitely see these prints and would be the only one.
Okay, yeah, I'll indicate without speaking. I'll point to the prints, and do they go from room to room there, or are they in one of the rooms? Where am I seeing them?
Yeah, you see them on this outside edge of the wall.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
So you can point those out to the rest of the group, and you all might be able to take a look at this thing. Does anybody have nature as a trained skill?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and roll it if you do, if you're trained in nature.
Looks like we're good on nature. I've got 24. Reckless 21.
So it seems like the ground in here is actually pretty hard, and that when you push down on the ground with your weight, it leaves a certain small imprint. So the thing that is leaving these prints, in your opinion, it must be fairly heavy. It must be a pretty substantial weight to leave even these little prints that you've barely detected, Fenwarden. You're thinking it's bigger than its paw size indicates. So that might be one thing that occurs to you. The other thing, again, is that it could be that there's more than one of them. It seems like there's like prints stepping on prints at points quite a bit. So I think at this point I'm gonna have you guys, let's see, 1 second. All right, I'm gonna have you guys go ahead and roll initiative.
Click on your token.
Oh yeah, let me clear the order before. Okay, now if you click your token and then roll initiative, it should put you in the turn order. I see the Leopard
Dang.
made it.
Chomping at the bit, Dalit.
Let's not messing around here.
Oh, man.
Oh, wait a second.
Not
okay.
to be shown up.
Right.
Two back-to-back 20s here on the.
Dang.
Okay, so let me add our creature. And yes, that's right. So as you were taking a closer look at the prints, go ahead and roll perception, everybody, please. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so all of you will notice and fortunately not be flat-footed for this attack that is coming at you. As you notice on the wall, there is something dark kind of hanging on the wall, and it has now seen you and is moving in your direction. So let me move the turn order and add our creature. Where is he? Okay. Where is he? Let's go. There it is. Alright, so he beat you fair and square. Call it. Alright, here we go. So, the footprints that you've all been taking a quick look at look like they're coming from some kind of multiple medium-sized creature that's crawling around. And as you're peeking down and looking at this, suddenly from around the corner leaps towards you this thing. And I think all of you essentially would see this. Let's see.
Oh,
Yeah.
And so this 8-legged beast is stalking you, and it has been watching you as you came down here, and is now going to be taking a surprise attack on you. So you're going to be flat-footed for this round, all of you are. And he is, though, just going first for Fen Warden. So let's see. Alright, so he's gonna first jump in and take a claw attack at you, Fen Warden. And he rolls a nat 1. He rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
Still got 20.
Did he hit you?
no, he didn't.
Okay, alright. That was actually a fair question, but let me see what happens to him, because he doesn't have a weapon, so I'm just gonna see what this thing says. Okay, so he's gonna have an AC penalty basically after that miss on his first attack. His second attack, he will swing his second claw towards you. 29.
29 will hit.
Okay, and in this case, it does 20 damage.
Holy moly. Okay.
I hate this basement so much.
He had already moved, so that was his third action there, that second claw attack. So it's now Fen Warden's turn. That was a great quote.
Okay, I'll direct the leopard over here. Can the leopard get through this square here?
No. Well, it could go to the one to your right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think have him block somebody else from getting in there.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna have to wait.
Well, he could move, attack, and move, I guess, right? 3 actions. Or does he only gets 2 actions, right? Yeah. I assume.
Yeah, I don't even really need him to attack. I just want him to be there. His ability comes in if he's just hanging around. Okay, well, actually, it might be worth it. So I'm going to have him move over here, and then Fen Warden's second action is to he'll attack with his flail.
Okay. Flail it is. Oh, that is a mighty miss. That is a critical miss.
Critical miss. Great. Okay. Just a break from the shield.
How does that do you?
No,
Is
well,
you
I
don't
think
have
I
a
have-
shield? Probably
No, I
not.
think I
Though.
did have a
Or
shield.
not if
Yeah.
you're using a yeah. Okay.
Because he had no spunk shields. Okay, so he still got one action left. Boy, that's bad. What it's going to take to hit this guy? I guess I'll take another attack with the flow. Worse.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, that one was worse. So you can roll one more time.
Not
These
that terrible of a roll.
these
Okay.
yeah, these do stack, so you may be down a couple AC. Okay, I think that's all it is. Because this is just saying you would drop your melee weapon. Okay, you drop your melee weapon. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you've dropped your flail, and you've been unable to strike him so far. You have one action left, or
No, I think I
no?
had to use an action to direct the familiar. So
Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay. So he'll go later in the round here. Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. So looks like it's our construct's first turn. Jasper.
Yeah, so I'll use one of my actions to which I can do while I'm in the way of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of tough.
He's gonna kind of hang out there.
Is he gonna ready
unfurl himself?
or just?
Let's see here. He's going to. Yeah, have him ready.
By the
to
way,
move up when I shift out of the way.
yeah. By the way, I don't know
Because
if
that's
everyone's met Jasper yet, but there you go. There's Jasper's.
Headed
avatar.
robot dog, or is it three-head?
Oh, it's a chimera.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a chimera.
It's a little construct chimera. After seeing our last friend there, inspiration struck.
Yes, I love that.
It's a small, about kobold size chimera made out of various metals.
The kobolds must worship you at this point. That's really cool.
That's where we were kind of gonna go with it, and then they were all dead in the basement.
That's true. All right. Well, revenge may be here. So, let's see. You're Jasper sitting still. So, Dalit, you're up.
Okay.
You're boxed in right now, or boxed out, I should say. Unfortunately, you could.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna have to attack and then move out.
right, bob and weave here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to do this. I think I can do it with my sword this time. So I'll take out my short bow, move over here, and attack with it.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, goodness.
And that's a critical miss.
Guys are rolling, yeah. Guys are rolling rough right now. Okay, so yeah, so roll critical miss. We'll see what happens here with your short bow. I have a feeling your ammunition might spill. Yes, your ammunition has spilled. So you'll have to deal with that. You'll have to spend an action to pick something up to shoot it next round or whatever. But
yep.
all right. So you've got yourself in a spot. All right, Idril, you are up.
How do I target this thing? Gonna be casting fear on it.
Ah, Okay. Let's see. So I think if you click on the fear spell, it should pop it up for us. I'm not sure if it's probably a basic save, but I'm not sure. Okay, so no, it's will. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so he's casting fear first. Love this. And it is going to attempt a will save. And it has succeeded its will save.
The will save should have been 19, but still very much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure
Right.
why that it looks like it's not adding your bonus for yeah. But yeah,
So with a success, he's still frightened.
okay. You still have one
Frightened what?
action. So you could move if you'd like, or you could change weapon or anything else.
What are weapons? No, I don't like wasting my third action, but that's it.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Leopard is the leopard is up. Easton, the leopard.
Leopard will exit up there. Well, actually, he can take a strike before he
Yeah,
goes.
he could
So.
bite and go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see what he can do here.
Not much.
Oh my goodness, you guys are rolling awful here on your attack rolls. Okay,
Well.
so yeah, he critically misses, so he's just gonna have an AC negative. But so you can go ahead and move him.
He'll get out of
Okay,
it.
perfect. All right, so he tried but did not succeed at hitting this thing. And Reckla, it is your turn next.
Okay. Reckla cast weakness.
One action. Okay.
Give me the lowdown on Aurum Vorax.
Yeah, its weakest savings throw is its will. So
Okay.
the fear attack was a great attack because that is a will save. It just didn't work out. The other weaknesses, let's see. It's basically once it gets wounded, it is a lot less vicious. I think is the weakness that you'll know about. That it when it has all of its faculties, it has some ferocity to it. But if it should become injured, it will no longer be as ferocious. That's the weakness. Yeah.
If only we could injure it.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's not the greatest thing, but that's sort of, it might be worth, yeah, worth.
Reckla's got. Ah. That's damn.
Okay, so sound bursts. You cast sound bursts, and a cacophonous noise blasts out, dealing 2d10 sonic damage. Each creature, does your party have to attempt
No,
a
because I
fortitude?
can locate it. I'll locate it so it's far enough.
I see, yeah, because they're behind, it's behind them. Okay, so it's a basic save DC 20, alright. Where is the basic save? Huh, I don't see on its sheet the basic savings throw. That's weird. Man, you do not want this thing to grab you. That's the other thing that you probably would
Close the
know.
shore.
Like, you know, a four-legged animal will break you back claws. This 6 to
Okay, so I guess I'm not sure. It's fortitude. There we go. Okay. Oh man,
6 damage.
I rolled a 19 or yeah 9. So he takes 6 damage.
Hey, Shamington. All right.
All right, Reckla, I think that was it. Okay, you did your 3 actions. Darius.
Alright.
You're front and center.
Yeah, and that's a problem. That can't stay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a step on back and switch places with my mighty ferocious Jasper.
Mm.
Was ready to move up.
A little swap. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
And then let's see here. Aiding someone. Is that a skill check or is that just a flat? Does it have to be with
It's a skill.
So it's just when someone is doing something, you just try to aid them off of that.
Right, like what's your intent? Who are you trying to aid? And in what way?
I'm not sure. I was just trying to see what was possible with that.
I thought that was a feat you had to have. Is that just?
No, it's an action. It's an action. You can aid people, but they normally have to be like if someone's doing something stealthy and you want to aid them, you can also roll stealth, and if you roll good enough, it will boost their roll. So, let's see. This is the
Yep. It's a basic action.
it's basically helping someone with a task.
All right.
So what task are you
Then
trying to help?
I'm not gonna worry too much about that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and cast
okay.
guidance on Jasper.
Perfect. All right. You got it. All right, so we're back to the top of the turn order, and our eight-legged beast is back up here. So he's got 3 targets in range right now that he's going to have to decide between. I'm going to have him... Oh, okay, we'll go... So Reckla, you are now drawing its gaze on this attack. Nor should you. Okay. He is going to try to slash and grab at you.
Alright, just
with one of its claws.
FYI, that's my current status for my curse. Past that.
Thank you. Okay. So it has got a 27 on its attack.
No, that doesn't hit.
You failed your deception check on that one.
But I do still have Mystery of the Cosmos.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. So you gain resistance equal to 2 plus half your level against all physical damage. That's good. That's very helpful. So yeah.
So I only take 4 damage.
Well, wait a second. It's 2.
It reduces by that amount, right?
2 plus half your level.
Reducing it by 4.
Oh, okay. So it reduces it by 4. I take 13.
Yeah. Okay, I just make sure I was reading it right too. Okay.
It would be real amazing if it just brought it down to 4 like that.
We just all back up and let you take it.
Yeah. Reckla, the new tank of the
So I think in this case you need to roll a... What is this? It's a reflex save versus an athletics check. All right, so it has you grabbed. And so it is now. Oh, okay. So you've maybe seen this before, maybe when like a cat grabs a hold of something and it just runs its rear legs and rakes you with its rear claws. This one has 3 sets of rear claws to do that with, right? So it's doing this rapid rake to you. Uh, so let's see. Basically, that means it's going to be doing claw attacks to you for its next 2 attacks. Ooh, one of those might have missed. I don't know. What's your AC?
It's right in the one also.
What was your AC, Reckla?
18.
Okay, so he hits you on both, unfortunately.
I have a
No, he had a
reaction.
-1 because of his last fumble.
Blood Vendetta. Let's see. Nice. Okay, so it gets a will DC check. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. So
Half percent.
yeah.
1d6%. Or is it 2d6 divided by?
I guess it would be 2d6 divided by 2. Yeah. Sounds right.
That's nice. Oh, good.
All right. You have got your Blood Vendetta, and then you can subtract. I know you've got the Mystery of the Cosmos resistances that you can apply to the other claw attacks as it's raking you basically now, like with its rear claws just running its claws up and down, trying to get as much slashing damage against you as it can. All right. That brings up Fen Warden. I'll put Reckla as being grabbed.
Yeah. Good question. Only 3 actions. That's too bad. And he has no weapon right now because he dropped his weapon. He's gonna have to step back, draw his short bow, and fire 1 shot.
All right.
Find it.
That's 1 action, 2 actions. Or I guess that's 3 actions. Did you have to pull your bow out too? Or you already have a
Yeah.
quick draw on that, right?
I don't think I have a quick draw, so it's going to be 3 actions to get 1 shot off.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, I gotta refresh on my feats. I have. That's 2 actions. Don't want that one. Sorry about this. He can use his hunted shot. I don't think I need to be hunted prey for that.
Okay.
Oh, no, I do. No, he's not my hunted prey, so I'm just a regular shot right now.
Fire away.
And, oh.
Oh, unfortunately that does not hit. Let's see, what did you roll? You rolled a 12. Okay. All right. So Van Warden has got himself back in the corner now, and it is back to our construct.
All right.
Jasper.
So Jasper will go ahead and rear up with a mighty claw strike.
Unfortunately, that will
And
miss.
even with the Guidance that was a miss. Right. And then he's going to go ahead and he's going to make a second one right now. Dagneb.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, and that's his turn.
All right. Dalit, you're up.
All right. So I'm gonna drop my bow there, pull out my sword, ride up to him, and then I will do a I'm going to do a combat rep here. So I can roll my attack here. All right, there we go.
Oh, okay, that is a hit. That is a hit.
All you gotta do is grab it, guys. Come on.
That's what we've all been doing.
Yeah. That's what you do with owlbear, right? You just grab them. And...
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'll take the kitten kick.
All right, so he took. Let's see. All right, yeah, you slashed him with your Aldori sword. You still have an action, I think? Oh no, you moved.
No,
okay.
that was all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, Idril. Yeah, you're back up again.
Yeah. Oh, I think we should have just left this thing down here. Anyways, do see here. Roll20 did not have this particular spell
Okay.
in its archives. Hopefully.
Got it. Okay. All right. So it's a reflex save.
But it's got a great reflex save.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Great.
Oh, it critical failed. I love it.
Yep, it failed its save. So you call down a small bolt of lightning on the target, dealing 4d12. So go ahead and roll 4d12.
Oh, that's awesome.
Boom.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So what does this look like? Is this just light up the room and come from the ceiling, or what was it?
Yeah. So Idril will begin his incantation and pull lightning from the sky above, and the lightning bolt will hit the fort and come all the way through to strike it and just light up the room.
Nice. So it singes this thing. The walls in here have like roots and things sticking out of them, and I think at first when this lightning strikes, it almost looks like roots as until it forms and then creates this outline around the creature, who is dropped Reckla. And Reckla, you will not suffer any damage from it. You're now not grabbed. Where is that? And I think you still have an action, Idril.
Yep.
There we go.
He will cast shield on himself.
All right. So the shield is up. The lightning has been cast, and we're back to our Deaf Leopard.
Leopard will use its little cat pounce, so it can move in and take an attack in one action.
What happened? Do I have the construct and the leopard on the same? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, he did get a nat 20 on his fight.
That is a hit.
All right.
All nat 20s will hit. So
Okay.
you have done. Yeah, you can actually roll a crit hit.
Oh, excellent. Crit hit.
Ah.
There's torso wound.
Okay, so okay,
I
that's
love it.
important because its damage now is going to be cut significantly from that. Okay, so it's done 7 damage. And it has been wounded to the torso. Okay, so what did the leopard go for here? What do you think was the attack?
Well, it looks like he dove into its chest and tried to latch on to the soft underbelly of the thing, and
Mm-hmm.
it was reared up, making its attacks, and it managed to connect. Tear out a pretty good chunk of flesh there,
Nice. Nice.
and he will do another attack just to see if lightning strikes twice.
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately
Yeah.
not. But
Okay.
very well done. Very well done.
Okay.
All right. All right. Yeah, it's Reckla's turn, and Reckla has been released from the grip.
Not a fun ride.
Got some fresh claw marks on you.
Battlement.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah,
2d8 or 1d8?
medicine. It's 2d8, but I think if you roll a crit, you can get more than that. Okay, there you go. All right, does a little. Reckla does some patching up. Much needed. Fortitude 20. Oh my god, okay.
Ease.
It rolled a 19 and has a well, it's yeah. Even though that's not adjusted, but still, it did not fail. All right, so it does take 3 damage, I suppose. And all right, Valdarius, you're back.
All right. I think at this point, we're going to go ahead and Reckla, you just healed yourself with some medicine check. No one else is looking especially.
Finn Warden's got a huge chunk of flesh missing out of him. He took 30.
Let's see. All right. I'll go ahead and use one action for a heal on Reckla for right now. Let's see here. So that is 2d8. So a 2d8.
All right. I'm gonna
So-
move Harlick in here also, guys, because I know he would have been with you all. So I'll add him into the turn order. We can.
What's that guy doing down here?
Oh yeah, that's something that you're gonna notice is that someone has made their way down the ladder.
The lightning strike might have piqued someone's interest. Reckla, you get 8 hit points back. Of course.
The
And
Magister recognized real.
Yeah.
And then I'll go ahead and give Dalit guidance.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Okay. All right. So you've got guidance. All right. So yeah, you I guess if you guys want to go ahead and do perception checks, this will just be to determine who becomes aware of the fact that Tartuccio has entered the area. And he is.
Tartuccio, the weakness of the animal is you pet it. Go pet it.
It could be. You never
Could
know.
be his pet.
Fenmore notices nothing.
All right. So, yeah, those of you who have critically failed obviously have no idea what's going on. Voldarius, Reckla, and Idril have all noticed that the gnome has come to play, and so he's dropped down. He's at the bottom of the ladder at this point, and it's back to the top of the turn order. And our Aramvorax is going to attack again, and this time he has 4
It is still grabbed.
targets. Oh, you still grabbed it. Let's see.
Yeah.
So it does.
It can. I'll tell you right now, it's going against a DC 21 for the check, and it can automatically beat it. So it just needs to waste.
Yeah,
an action.
probably. So it's going to
Escaping me.
waste an action to
Yeah.
shake loose. Should we roll it? Do you want to roll it? Let's see. So what is
It
it? Is,
doesn't even matter.
is it
Unless
strength?
you're going to say
Yeah,
it's critically
is it
failed,
strength?
then no.
That's one of his
Yeah.
really good rolls.
let's see. So there's strength. Okay.
Oh,
Alright.
it doesn't unarmed attack. So if it gets a plus 21 to those anyway.
Oh, it's an attack. I see. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a plus 12. Yeah. Okay. So he's gets
the minus?
checks out, and he has. Let's see. What does he have? 2 actions left, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4 targets that are within range of him. So I'm gonna starting with Dalit 1, Leopard 2, Construct 3, Reckla 4. All right, Construct. This is why you make the Construct.
Jasper?
This is exactly why you make the Construct. Okay, so
He's there.
he's targeting this thing, and I'm gonna have him do Jaws because he hasn't done Jaws yet.
And they do eat metal.
Yeah, they do. They gnaw metal. Oh my
Oh.
god. Okay.
35.
All
Oh,
right.
crap.
So he is.
Did it just swallow him?
That's a critical hit.
That's critical. Okay, so the target is going to take the 19 plus 1d6 persistent bleeding, and that is
Not the
one
critical
of-
damage.
no.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry. Oh my god. Wait a second. Is that critical damage right? 40.
Probably is.
I guess it is. I guess it is. Okay. Yeah, you know what? It is critical damage. I'm sorry. It is going to be.
Yeah, and that's exactly the full amount.
Oh. Oh. So he
So Jasper
grabs
was
this thing.
delicious.
And-
His heart's all over the place. Oh my gosh.
And check this out. So it's got the jaw strike, where it gnaws metal. And if it grabs something that's metal, it'll break its armor. So I just kind of envision that it is really like enjoying what you built this thing out
So
of,
is it
all the
is
metal
it now
parts.
just so distracted eating Jasper that we all get advantage on it or something? My goodness.
No advantage, but it will not have any other attacks this round because
It's
it
just like
has thoroughly been
Licking
occupied with
its
that.
paws clean from the oil
it's a big
and
old cat
Yeah,
toy. It's
unfortunately,
basically-
poor Jasper is no longer occupying that space. Fen Warden, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Finn Warden is going to, first of all, hunt prey, so he designates prey, and
Okay.
then he will use his hunted aim, which is a 2-action to increase his bonuses. Try to get a shot here that might actually work with the short bow.
That's a little short.
Really? Still short. Oh my goodness.
You need a 25 to hit this thing.
That's what I got as a 25 because I got a +2 for the hunter's aim.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm
Yep.
sorry. Yeah. 25 hits.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and so now the his familiar or the animal companion, the leopard, does its thing, which is your cat throws your enemies off balance when you create an opening until the start of your next turn. Your strike that deals damage to a creature that your cat threatens makes the target flat-footed until the end of your next turn. So he's flat-footed until the end of Finn Warden.
All right.
And he's going to take 2 plus my damage for first strike against a hunted prey. So 6 points of damage is all it takes. But he's flat-footed.
All right. 6 points, and he's flat-footed. Oops. All right. Let's see. He has a. It's interesting because it's not really a shove or a trip, right? It's the. Let's see.
Cat thing, he winds around between his legs. Take a trip on him.
Yeah. I was just trying to, because he has like a special ability against shoves and trips. But in this case, it doesn't sound like he gets any real. It's not like a DC or anything. So okay, all right. So I think we're to Dalit.
Okay. I will try to do the combat grab again.
All right.
That is not hit.
Just a couple shy.
If he's
Yeah.
flat-footed, isn't he a -2 to his AC?
Actually, he does. Yeah, you're right. He is flat-footed. You're right. Good call. Thanks, Chris.
Every +1 helps.
Hey, we gotta get every plus we can, and thank you.
They're by the skin of our teeth here.
All right, so you're grabbing him again. You've hit him, and you're grabbing him. Yeah.
I don't know if you really want to grab that thing, Dalit, but okay.
He loves doing this. All right.
I don't have much else. I'll try a second attack.
All right.
Right.
Oh, that is a crit
Yeah.
miss.
Yep. That was the fear
So
there.
if it's something that makes you fall, then you would drop him. Let's see, drop missile weapon or spill missile. So no, it's just gonna be an AC penalty to you. Okay.
Yeah, drop my sword there.
All right.
Oh, wait, still one more thing. One more.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said he has a thing against shoving, but I don't know that. So I'm going to try to shove it. Or maybe trip him. Because I already have him in my... I'm trying to see what that involves.
It has it's more difficult to escape its grab than to shove or trip it, so it's not that difficult. But
Yeah. Do I just do an unarmed attack for that? Trying to
Yeah, I
figure
guess
out.
so. Or yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Seems right.
Hit it.
You hit.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, you did hit. All right,
Okay.
so 7 damage, and you are. Let's see. So it's basically gonna get a reflex save against your trip.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's
Yeah.
able to stay on its feet, but it did take damage.
Okay.
All right, anything else?
Nope. That's everything.
All right, Idril, back to you.
So, cantrip time. With all he's got. He will begin a incantation and then slash through the air with his hand and cast mute on myself. Slashing gust.
Nice. Nice, okay. So,
Cool.
Get him. Anyways, he's still out of 23, right?
25 is his AC. He'd be 23 right now, yeah.
Hang on one second. I'm still trying to figure out.
No worries. Yeah, no worries. I'm still reading this. This is cool. Yeah, this is a good cantrip. I mean,
Solid
anytime you can
damage
get
for a
persistent,
cantrip.
yeah, if you can get persistent damage, it seems like a good.
That's right. He was take persistent bleed damage.
Which was what, D6 or
6.
okay, got it.
I'm not trying to save spell attack.
I think it's like on the circle in the upper left. There's a number. Do you click the number? Or no, I guess the spell itself. Anyone else know?
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Usually there's a setting that you can do for making an
You can
attack
turn
roll.
it into an attack, yeah.
Yeah. You could just roll a d20 and apply your I think your spell attack roll number, whatever that is.
+9 to
Okay. Yeah, you got 18.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no. That'd be 27.
Nice. Okay.
That's just the rule.
Yeah.
Alright, so just 18 plus 9, or plus 9. I'll have to look for that setting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So on the if you look at your spell on your character left hand side of name, click that allow you to enter in all the.
Yeah, I did. It did not.
Yeah, the attack it has a toggle switch. Attack roll.
Well, there's
There's the 5. Okay, I got you there.
one.
So yeah, if you want to try to re-roll it
So-
just to see if it's working. I think if you enable the toggle switch for it to do an attack roll and then you click on the spell again, it should. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, excellent. So you have smacked this thing with a slashing gust, and it is looking pretty worn, I will say, at this point after that attack. You still have one more action.
Oh,
Anything?
I mean, no, that's no. Actually, Reckla is still 1 floor up.
I'm about thirds way healed up. Ben Warden's in worse shape.
Yeah, Fen Warden's still in bad shape.
Fen Warden is chewed up.
Yeah. Yes, I will.
Can't really
I've
get.
only got one action, so I will
Okay,
move over there.
makes sense.
Actually, can I move over here so that way I'm not in his way?
Perfect. Yeah, good call. All right, so you made your way
And
through.
then I will do battle medicine. That's fine.
You got it. Okay. All right. With that, as Idril steps out and a couple of others have stepped in, you see that Tartuccio has made his way down here as well, and he is stepping forward. My goodness, what have you done down here? He steps forward and he starts. You do realize you have to notify the Magister before you attack things. He will say, as his new appointment has gone straight to his head. But he does step forward, and he looks like he is casting a spell. Does anyone have Arcana training? You can cast that if you'd like. If anyone is.
There you go, Baldarius, nice.
Darius, very nice. Okay, so Darius, you notice that the spell, and both Idril as well would notice that the spell that he is casting appears to be a fear spell. So he is going at this thing as well.
Reddit.
You've seen this before, haven't you? Okay, will DC. No, it certainly did not work. But he did attempt it. Okay, so you know what he was doing is the point. The motive matters. Okay, so he came forward. He did attempt the spell. It did not have any effect. And he's got himself in the mix here. Who would like to run Harlech?
When you run away.
Anyone want to run Harlech and take a roll for him, or tell me what you would want him to do in a situation like this? He probably would get chewed up in one bite, to be honest with you. Keep an eye on Tartuccio then. He'll keep an...
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Leopard, Easton.
Okay, he'll just take an attack.
That is just on a crit miss.
It is a crit?
It's 10. It misses by 10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's still flat-footed.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yep, and he's not going to take another attack and take
yeah,
more.
So you're good. You're good.
Yeah. So yeah, that he's done.
All right, he's staying put. Reckla. I love how the gnomes and the kobold are on this side, and the humans and the elves are on the other side.
Sound.
All right, so it's fortitude. Yeah, it's pretty hard for him to fail. He can only fail it with a nat 1.
Last action.
Okay, it has taken little bits of damage as we've gone on, but okay, we are to Darius.
All right. Darius is going. Let's see. I will go ahead and have cast a little bit of those needle darts.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
24. Is it
Mhm.
24 hit?
Yeah, it is. He's flat-footed. So,
No.
okay, so you've got 10 damage.
So I think Easton's going to get the MVP award after this. Flat-footed.
Flat-footed.
Pretty big.
Yeah, that is huge. That okay, so you've smacked this thing really well with the needle darts. It's still upright, but it does not look well, and it certainly doesn't look as ferocious as it did when it first came in.
Is it
Anything
still
else?
held also? Grabbed, I should say.
It is, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it
So
hasn't
I think
gone yet.
one of its actions
It's
for
gonna,
that.
break out next turn.
I've got one more action after that. I will go ahead and give guidance to Fenward.
Okay. All right. So you've got guidance now, and I think that is it. Then everybody's gone, and we're back to the top of the order. So this thing will spend its first action shaking loose. What did you want to do? Was it an attack? I mean, this thing has got. We can just do this one. Yeah, that'll definitely break free. So it will break free with its first action, and with its second action, it will target Dalit. And in this case, it's going straight for the jaws because it's mad. It's been grabbed one too many times.
Cornered.
Thought it was getting real handsy.
Oh my goodness. Please
Oh.
tell me that's not a crit.
That's a crit and more health than I have.
Oh no!
Oh my god. Alright. This thing has jaw struck your
Can't hero point somebody else's attack, can I?
champion. No, but your hero point can be used to stabilize yourself. So when it's your
There you
turn,
go.
if nobody gets to you or anything, your hero point can be used to do that. So hang on to that. All right. So Dalit has been grabbed in the jaws of this beast and shook. I think that's so yeah. So now it's Fen Warden's turn.
So what does the guidance do for me?
Guidance gives you a +1, I believe, to hit.
One. Okay. So I'm using Hunter's Aim, and I've got guidance, so it's going to be a +3 on my short bow attack here. He takes very careful aim and uses guidance, and it doesn't do any good.
Yike. You have a hero point left?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I mean, you might be getting down to time to try to pull him out if nobody. I'm not sure who all does. Oh man, you rolled a 7 and then an 8.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
So is that a fumble then?
No, it's not. No.
Okay, so he's
No.
got one shot left, one action left. The normal shot. Yeah, no pluses on this one. Because that was the 17 would have been a 20. He's flat-footed. That's still not a hit.
No,
right?
yeah, it's still not.
Yeah.
23.
All right, so this is a normal shot. Yeah, great. How did he get that?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, he may have just broken his bow or something exciting.
Yeah,
like
let's
that.
see what if that's exciting, but all right, you're lucky it did just spill some ammunition, so nothing broke, thankfully. All right. Okay, you've got, yeah, I mean, he's hurt really bad. This is also not even a full size one of these creatures too, so just bear that in mind because these things are nasty. All right, Dalit, you're up. Yeah, oh no, you're not. You're not up. You are going to spend. Well, you're going to have to spend a hero point to stabilize. You there, Ben? Let's see. I think he
Think he's
might have
still
stepped away. He had said.
He's grieving.
I'm assuming he's going to spend his hero point to stabilize himself. So that would be the smart thing for him to do. So there he is.
Okay, I put my wife to bed. Yeah, that was my plan.
No
So
worries. No worries. Okay. All right.
take that off.
Yeah. So you're
Do
now
stuff
at
like one hit
0,
point.
and you're stable, and your hero point has been spent, and we are now down to Idril's turn. Who I
He's
think
no
you're going to
longer
do
flat.
battle medicine, I believe.
correct. 1 second.
Might want to change targets.
Is the DC 15? Is that right?
I'm sorry. Say again.
Is the DC 15 on that?
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, battle medicine assurance. With
Yeah,
medicine. So
you
I'm
just
all-
roll medicine. Yeah.
Well, I have assurance for medicine, so I don't.
Oh,
I'll
you
just
don't even
take
have to
10
roll.
and get-
Yeah. So you
I'll
can.
get a
But
16.
I think if you set it up right. No, okay. I guess you're right. Yeah, you just have to roll the 2d8. See, because that's the thing is, if you got a critical success, then you could give 3d8. You know what I mean?
Right, but I also don't want to take the chance in the middle of all this chaos and
Yeah. I
throw
hear
it up and drop Fenward. So 13.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Accidentally
13
poke him in the
healing.
wound.
Yeah.
Right in the eye, and so then I will turn and that was one action. All right.
Yeah. Just one.
And then the
Oh, the
gust
gust again. Okay. And
but it doesn't look like 18.
3d4. 18 will miss. Yeah, unfortunately. All right.
And the
I think that's it. It's just 2 action. Yeah. All right. So, okay. We are back then to Tartuccio, the gnome, who has entered the fray. And he says, "My goodness, what have you done again?" As he steps forward, he says, "I was hoping I would not have to do this." And he reaches into his pack that he is carrying, and he pulls out a wand. And he activates the wand. And let's see. You all see some fire basically kind of emit from this wand and head towards the creature, and it does some smoldering like fireballs that kind of shoot from this wand, and as they hit the ground here behind the creature, it blasts it sort of forward a space as it suddenly looks limp and dead from the blast of the fireball. So it was on the last legs, and so it's now crispy. The Armvorax corpse is laying now in front of you. Tartuccio is standing there with his wand, and I guess with his he's used his actions, but at this point he'll kind of like turn and like tuck the wand away, almost like acting like you didn't see it, kind of thing.
Oh, I know why you guys don't like him.
Yeah.
And you're out of turns now, so you guys can interact and inspect and check on each other and everything else. Dalit is stable, but he is still in bad need of aid.
Well, battle medicine and take assurance. Actually, I could kill him if I screwed up the roll, right?
You'd only put me in another dying condition. We've done that
I'll
before.
just I'll just take a take appearance and heal you 8 with battle medicine.
Okay.
Well, now we're out of combat, so
Yeah.
it's just regular.
Yeah.
It's just regular, but that's
Oh.
fine. That's fine. As long as you got him some health to where he can be upright and uh-oh. You're giving yourself medicine with that? I think you did a crit fail, so I think it's damage to yourself, whatever that ends up being.
Did Finn Warden drop off the?
He went.
Oh, he's
So
over
there's
here.
nobody else hiding in there or anything like that. So
Oh,
All right, so you all now can search the area, and obviously you see these tracks that the creature was leaving. You notice that it seems like it was able to go through some of these tunnels that you use to get in here, and so you're able to kind of follow the tracks back to the tunnels, but it looks like it may have used this as its lair. And again, if you search the space, you've got these bodies of these kobolds in here, and beyond that, you also do find some other interesting trinkets, including a short sword that you don't recognize, and a necklace that doesn't look like it would have been. Neither one of these look like they would have belonged to kobolds. So these two things stand out to you as you search the space. Other than that,
magic
this
effect?
yeah, they are both magical.
Okay.
The other thing is, whoever has Arcana, you can roll Arcana checks here as well. And
two of them or just one?
for anyone that wants to roll it, it's a DC 20. Okay. Anyone else have Arcana? No. Okay. So yeah, I think that's basically it. You guys have cleared the threat. You don't suspect there's any other creatures in here at present, and if there were, it would have been lower on the totem pole than what you just fought. So
very nice. Let's get the short sword in somebody's scabbard so that we can find out what that is. Make sure somebody's using that next time we cross swords with something.
Yeah, did you say it was a necklace or an amulet?
necklace.
Necklace. Yeah, let's. Anyone here in the party use it?
Yeah, yes. Ben Warden has a short sword already, so.
Magical one already?
Nope, just a regular.
Not anymore.
Just want to try.
Here you go.
Try it on for size.
Nice. All right.
Reckla will try and read the aura of the necklace.
The necklace seems to have, let's see, some kind of alteration magic on it. As you're all sort of healing up and checking things out, Tartuccio will sort of clear his throat and step forward and say, "Before you go clearing areas in the fort going forward, please remember that you should consult with the Magister at all times." And with that, he's kind of kicking the creature around a little bit and said, "I knew this thing was down here. I'd never seen it, but I knew something was about."
Before you go kicking dead creatures, you should let us know if there are other dangerous things that could potentially harm us.
I could have warned you had you come to me. But you pushed forward on your own. And I came to help you as soon as I could. I absolutely did. And together we took down the threat. I feel like our partnership is off to a great start.
Indeed.
Indeed. So, now with the threat being clear, what do you plan to do? Will you be staying here to run the operations at the fort?
We
Or-
have critical things to attend to.
What kind of matters would pull you away? I'm moving guys over to the other side here, clearing the basement.
Matters of state. Sure, Lady Jamandi has been in contact with you as well.
Of course, yes, of course. Of course, she's very pleased with my advancements and our alliance, of course. But I am curious to know what you will be doing, where you will be going, and what your next steps are. Surely this fort isn't the end of the kingdom. It's just the beginning.
Well, we have 3 missions to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then some.
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of choices. I think you can. Let's see, where is that? We have a handout, I think, with all of them in it. Yeah, this one. So, was it this one? Yeah. There were 3 places that were mentioned to you. The Lonely Barrow, which was a resting place of a barbarian king. There are some disturbances near that were reported, and they were asked to be investigated. This is all, by the way, stuff that I should probably have you on the map for, because these are all things that are marked way down to the south. There's a couple of dots on there that mark each of these. The Lonely Barrow being the first one that was here, the yellow circle. The Candlemere Island lights was an island called Candlemere Island that was once populated with a cult that was believed to have been eradicated, but recently there's been some signs that perhaps the island has been repopulated, and that's another thing that you could potentially investigate. The last is the Forgotten Keep, which is an ancient elven outpost that was supposedly overrun by some wicked fae. And there's just been some different things going on in that area as well that have been reported. So all 3 have some sort of unexplained happenings going on. And I think the other thing is that you had considered returning to the Sootscale Mines and whatnot. So I'll let you guys think about what you want to do so we can kind of maybe plan out where you'll be heading next session. If that's the case. If not,
Yeah,
you
to
can.
me it makes the most sense to head towards Lonely Barrow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the closest one, and take a quick detour to the mines, a contingent to set up a mining operation.
Please bring the kobolds with us. That way we can establish if it's viable, if it's occupied. And we can get some miners down there.
Okay.
And, scouts, that way they can go back and get it for us if necessary. Representatives.
I like that route.
looks good to me.
All right, so I'll throw that sort of that line will become your itinerary. You'll stop at Sootscale Mines and then head towards the Lonely Barrow, it sounds like. What other business? Anything else that anyone wants to tend to from a character standpoint or from a kingdom building standpoint? Anything?
Reckla will nominate that lizard folk scout as his delegate because he's had, just assuming that that it's connected to the lizard folk that run across. Trust to be had there.
Sure, you got it. Okay, so you've got your delegate as well, and then that way, I mean, again, that's sort of the question too: is everyone else is going to stay here, and it's just going to be the 5 of you and your kobold, correct? I mean, unless there's something else that you're thinking.
Earth and I guess
New skill.
no, I think we leave the new scout here. Yeah, joined us, right? Like joined the
Well, if he's your
fort
delegate.
already.
Oh, you're talking about the other one.
Lizard
Okay.
folk is going to be the delegate.
Yeah,
Kobold scout.
gotcha.
Like
All right. So yeah, so next time, basically we'll continue to go until all of the leadership roles have been established and there's no more vacancies, and then we'll start again, you'll continue to recruit people. At a certain point, you'll start to determine if there's unrest in your settlement, which is something you'll have to deal with. Otherwise, you'll just continue to gain resources and be able to use your resources to address kingdom matters. So that's going to continue to be like a layer of all of this, but you will all continue forward as player characters moving towards the Sootscales. So we'll kind of have both aspects of the game moving forward where you'll have to make leadership decisions. You'll get some information about how your core group is growing, and then you all will be maybe off venturing in who knows where while some of that's ongoing. So yeah, I think that's where we'll pause for the evening. I'll get things ready for next session, kind of knowing what your general trajectory is, and you'll get back on the road. You'll have to figure out the way you want to travel and what assets you're going to bring along with you. But yeah, I think that's it.
Voldarius, in the time between, would just like to go ahead and try to identify any of the unidentified magic items that we have. Sit down and just actually
Yeah, I could
the various.
I could probably note that in the loot. So if
Yeah.
there's anything
I
in
have
there.
that short sword of mine, I don't know what the rune on that is, so that'd be great to get that identified.
Okay.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Everybody.